Well, hi there, it's Jennifer. Welcome to my channel. I'm so glad you've come by. I want to talk today about obstacles to filming because they indeed will come for us as new content creators. And, I feel like people, I would imagine, who have been on YouTube for a long time and they have really well-established channels, they have mastered the ability to adapt and overcome. And I just already have experienced that in so many different ways just in this 30-day, 30 video challenge. And if this is your first time here, I am doing a series on what it's like from my perspective to start a YouTube channel in midlife with no experience. I am part of a coaching program that just ended with Mel Robbins, and she challenged anybody in the program who wanted to do social media to do 30, like for YouTube, she's like 30 videos, 30 days. You want to do podcast, 30 podcasts, 30 days. Instagram, 30 Instagram posts, 30 days. I imagine you could do it for shorts or whatever. And so I have been in that challenge, and already in it hasn't been a full 30 days yet, but already there have been obstacles to filming. And especially if you're like me, I'm filming from my home or just outside, and there have been a variety of obstacles that have come in my way, but particularly one just this past week, and it couldn't have come at a more inopportune time. It was on a particular day where, I woke up early. I had an aggressive plan for the day. I wanted to film 4 videos because I wanted to be able to batch record, set them up in YouTube Studio to publish on particular days, because so I'm coming to you on a Friday because my family had a whole bunch of plans for the weekend project-wise. So we were going to be very busy, and that all got derailed, and I had to completely adapt and overcome. So I'm going to take you out for a walk, and I'll share with you the story. Well, hey guys, I am also off of Ted Stevens International Airport, so we might hear a jet or two. Yeah, I'll flip you around. And I'm at Point Warnsenoff in Anchorage, Alaska, and right now the tide is, I think it was high tide about an hour ago. To see the mountains over there. If I zoom you up, the cell phone just doesn't do it justice. But anyway, so back to obstacles to filming. So this particular morning, I was like, okay, I'm going to get up, and I had my alarm originally set for 5 a.m. and I was going to get up. I had a 4-video plan, and I ended up waking up at 4 a.m., which I thought, well, that's absolutely perfect. And I just had like the mindset of energy. So I was up at 4 a.m. I was going to take care of my chinchillas. I have 2 adorable chinchillas, and they get an hour of out of cage playtime quite regularly. So I did that. I worked out, so I had this whole plan. But when I went to go work out, as I was walking into where my treadmill is, which is down on my lower level, I have to pass through my bathroom. And as I was walking through, I saw that there, because I had gone through a couple times, I was bringing stuff in, and I noticed that there was a drop of water on the ground, and I was like, oh, well, that's kind of unusual. Did I my water bottle slosh or something when I spilled it? So then I went ahead and I continued to work out, and once I was done working out, I was putting things away, and then I noticed that that spot on the ground was significantly larger. And I thought to myself, oh, that is absolutely not good. And I look up, and sure enough, the sheetrock is wet. And we have had leaking problems. I live in an older home, and we've been remodeling it now for a couple of years, just slowly as a family. I want to flip you around. Hold on. So you can kind of see the mountains a little bit here. We're going to go walk over by that water tower. But when I saw that leak, I was like, uh-oh, I've seen that before. And my husband thankfully was home, so I went up and got him. And sure enough, we had a proper leak that was happening from the top of our bathroom, because we have a split level home. So the top pipes were leaking. So that meant that my husband had to stay home, and he's like, honey, it's going to be loud. He had to rip apart the ceiling. He had to solder pipes. He had to cut through the sheetrock. And I'm still not at the point where I am ready to film in front of people. And besides that, it would have been really loud. And I was like, oh no, this weekend is going to be so busy. I've got to film these 4 videos because I'm also part of this 30 video challenge. And if you've watched any of my other videos, the 30-day video challenge has been my gym buddy. It has been my taskmaster. And not in a bad way, like I've wanted to do it, but it has also made it that I cannot allow any excuses to come in between me and posting my videos. And if this is your first time here, I put off YouTube for 5 years for so many reasons. And I finally hit record. I finally started working on my channel. And then I decided to take the coaching advice and do the 30 videos. And I'm really thankful for it because it has kept me persevering. It has kept me adapting and overcoming. So I, had this plan for these 4 videos. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna adapt and overcome, right? And I decided to film 2 other types of videos that, my husband, once he was done ripping apart our ceiling, he had to go get parts from the local hardware store. And while he was gone, I did a video on a topic that I feel that's really important. And it's titled, You and I Are Not Too Old for YouTube. And so he left, I filmed that video. He came back and I watched it and I just didn't like it. I almost felt that I was rushing it because I knew that I only had a certain amount of time to film that video. And because, my husband had to come back, and obviously I didn't want to keep him waiting. He's got work to do, and we didn't really know how long it would take to work on that particular project. So I ended up just not loving that video. Well, I actually came down to this space right here. I thought, well, at this point I had to leave the home so I could record the video, and I'll show you here where I'm at. So I came down here and I sat right at that water tank, and it was so cold, guys. It was freezing that day. What a beautiful day today, huh? And I thought, this is such a gorgeous area. I'm going to, oh yeah, that's probably too around. I thought, such a gorgeous area. I'm gonna film a video here. And I wanna talk about that topic because it's really important to me. I think it's something that I asked myself at one point, am I too old for YouTube? And I've heard it in my comments. I've heard it just from people I've talked to who have thought about starting channels. It's like, are we too old? And I think it's a very important topic, and it's one that I want to address. And I want to speak it properly, and I want to give it the right honor because I think it's so important. So I came down here to this water tank. It was freezing, and the tide was all the way up. In fact, you can see right now, I'll take you up to the water. Hold on. The tide is, see, how am I doing for time? Look at this, I want to show you. Here, let me get you close. I'm kind of walking down at an angle if it looks sort of funny. Let me see if I could crouch down and show you. Oh, let me scan you back out again. You can see the tide is going back. You can see where the ground is wet. And it is a just cold. Oh, you can kind of see Mount McKinley. Oh, the phone won't pick it up. So I came down to this area and the tide was up significantly further than what it is right now. It was like high tide, and the beach was absolutely quiet. There weren't a lot of people around like you see right now. And I probably spent about 2 hours trying to record that video because it was so important. I'm off Ted Stevens International Airport, which means you hear this, right? Hear how loud that is? So here I am trying to record a video on a very important topic, which originally wasn't going to be my plan, but I had adapted that plan because, my husband was home. And I ended up just re-recording, and finally 2 hours later, I thought that I had, captured the moment and I'd expressed myself well. And I just went back and I watched that video, and I just wasn't happy with it. And not in like the perfection type of way, but just objectively, I thought I could do better, and I want to give this topic the right honor. So the day that had started off with me wanting to film 4 videos, I had this completely planned out, perfect day to do 4 videos, just completely washed away, and that day was a complete bust, unfortunately. But I also didn't want to, just, even though I'm on this 30-day video challenge, I also didn't want to, put out a video that wasn't that great. So perseverance, overcoming obstacles meant that, and I had already had a couple of videos posted and published and ready to go, but it did change my plans for today. It changed my plans for the weekend. Look behind me. Isn't this cool? The graffiti here changes all the time. I have so many pictures. I love graffiti. I love clean graffiti. Let me be specific. Isn't it pretty though? It's really cool looking. Let's see if I can take you down here. So, as new content creators, we are going to experience our obstacles. To show you this right here. Show you this. The waves almost got my almost got my shoes. So those obstacles are going to come, and as new content creators, we are going to have to be masters at adapting and overcoming. And especially as new content creators, I could just speak for myself. I feel like there's so much I'm learning. Oh, so much I'm learning. But, just keep persevering. Keep on recording. You make a video and you just don't absolutely love it. You know what? It's okay to go ahead and just start over. Or you might have the perfectly laid plans for the day, and that doesn't work out. Well, you know what? You just adapt and overcome. I want to show you. Let me show you this graffiti right here. So this changes all of the time, guys. This thing has layers and layers and layers of paint. Let me show you the city of Anchorage. Kind of take you up over here. It's like the perfect day. The clouds are just right. It's not too bright. I feel like you can kind of see the detail of the mountains right now. Let me show you. And of course, normally when the tide is out, you can walk all down here. And you can walk all the way out there. It's just such a beautiful day. It actually feels kind of warm today. When I was down here the other day, it was absolutely freezing. And there is downtown Anchorage. And of course, when the tide is out, you can walk all around here. It's a beautiful, beautiful day. So, wow guys, that was really loud. I was about to sign off, but I thought I should wait for that. So anyway, until the next video, just keep overcoming those obstacles, keep pushing ahead. You can do it and I can do it, and we can build our channels. All right, bye.